Good evening, everyone. This is Angie Stewart from Miami InnerLight Spiritist Studies. And tonight we are very excited to be here in Kardec Radio talking about Spiritism. We are very thankful to our dear friend Vanessa Anceloni, who is always spreading her love wherever she goes. And when I was still in Inner Enlightenment in New York City, she told me, Angie, you can keep in touch with your friends from New York if you do a study online. And I said, yes, I am actually doing through Skype. And she said, no, you have to go live so more people can know about it. More people can know about Spiritism. So I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, do it. So I did. So we are here tonight because she told us to do it. And we're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We can help somebody to know a little bit more. And we all need Spiritism in English. We have so many people from many languages, not just in English, but many languages that would love to know about Spiritism. So let me just explain a little bit. Our class is a little bit different. It's 1 hour. We do every 15 days on Thursdays from 9 to 10 p.m. And we study 30 minutes of this beautiful book, Thought and Life, from the Spirit of Emmanuel. And the other 30 minutes, we study this other beautiful and powerful book, The Gospel According to Spiritism. So tonight we are going to be a little bit different because I'm already taking time to explain. Our class already have been going on for quite some time, and we are actually studying tonight the chapter 10, Understanding. So to all of you that don't know about this book, it's a beautiful book that the medium Chico Xavier psychographic through the Spirit of Emmanuel. And this was a book that Emmanuel was asked to write to help spirits that were in the spiritual realm preparing themselves to reincarnate. So the chapters are small, but they are very condensed. They are very strong, intense. So this is why it's good to study with more people so we can read your questions and we can try to answer and we can have comments and we can get better and better in understanding the beautiful study. So as we always do, we ask everybody that would like to have a little bit of water, because in Spiritism we believe the spirits can bless the water and it will become like a medication for us to give us this boost of energy that we always need. And now we would like to ask all of you to calm down a little bit, relax, and let's close our eyes if you want, and do a prayer to connect us with the enlightened spirits that will be here with us. So, dear God, thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to be able to talk about Spiritism in English, spreading messages of love, of hope, trying to better ourselves on a daily basis. And tonight, Master, please connect us with the enlightened spirits so we can have inspiration to be able to do a good work, the best that we can with our simple understanding. Thank you so much, and so be it. So, my friends, let me see if I can do like Vanessa. I'm not used to Facebook Live, but let's go. Oh, I see some friends that I already know for quite some time. Our dear friend Sol. Sol, you are here also. Awesome. Thank you. Ceisa, I used to see you in Enlightenment. La Souza, very nice to meet you. Danielle, my friend. Awesome to see you. Jackie, very good, guys. Thank you so much. If you can go to the Facebook of Miami InnerLight and you can go to the pictures, you will see the pages of the books there if you don't have the book. I cannot share my screen here, but you can go there and see the pages of the book so you can follow it better. So let's start with Thought and Life, chapter 10, Understanding. So I will read and then we can comment. I can read your messages, and please, if you want to ask questions, I would be happy to interact. I'm always used to work in groups, so it's a little different to be alone talking. But let's see. Oh, very nice. Rafael Medeiros, hello. Welcome from Charlotte. Very good. So let's go. Understanding chapter 10. The farmer cannot furrow his fields without a plot. A sculptor uses a chisel to bring out his creative ideas hidden within marble. Likewise, to produce protective mental reflexes, we need understanding as a foundation for the task of our renewal. An understanding that symbolizes dynamic brotherhood, a feeling that is like a magnet in which our best attracts the best in others. All of us are immersed in our own mental waves by virtue of an exciting natural circuitry. We classify ourselves as good or bad according to the way we use our feelings and thoughts, which are electromagnetic forces that either protect or hurt, help or damage, vitalize or destroy. They always return bearing the elements of happiness or unhappiness that we had given them. When we are angry, irritated, aggressive, or rude towards others, we instigate through reflexive action, discouragement, and intemperance, cruelty, and coldness towards ourselves. Wow, a lot here, a lot. So when we talk about understanding, we have to think about ourselves. How are we in this concept? Are we understanding of others? Do we think about others? Or we are the kind of people that we think we are right most of the time, and the others are always wrong? Because if we're thinking like this is not right. This is not what we should be thinking. We have to understand we are all different, yes, but we have to work also with our capacity to understand the others can think different than us. We have to respect this. We have always to strive to be good. I said this yesterday in the Spiritism Center. The Bishop Desmond Tutu from South Africa, he always say, it's good to be good. And it's true, it's good to be good. When you are doing something good, you are projecting these good vibrations, this loving energy, this state of mind that if people could see, they would see this like the faces we see, the little hearts, the flowers, because it's wonderful. When you see somebody doing something good, you are so happy. You actually want to join and to be able to do that. But when you see something negative, something angry, you get a little, what is going on? And it's not like a good vibration. And we understand that we are what we think. Our mental waves, they are everywhere. We are our mental waves. So when we think about something good, we are throwing these beautiful waves. When we think about somebody we love, we think about the love, we are already so happy about it. When we get angry, the same thing happens. Our mental waves are not the best. They are negative. And we don't want to be like that. Because in Spiritism, we understand that our vibration can go up or down. This is normal to our stage of life incarnated on earth. So when we vibrate higher, we connect with the enlightened spirits. They come lower and we connect. And that's when we have beautiful inspirations, when we start thinking about doing charity, when we start thinking about forgiving others. We have all these wonderful ideas. And when we get angry, we get mad, something happens that's not good, our vibration gets lower. And who is vibrating here? The lower spirits, the spirits that didn't evolve yet. And unfortunately, they get in this negative energy and they start inspiring us with negative ideas. That's why when we are angry, many times we start having all kinds of weird ideas that we were not thinking before, because of this mental connection that we can do with lower vibration spirits. So, as always, we have the free will to decide what we are doing. But of course, the spirits, they can always tell us, give us ideas of what we could do. So if we are able to keep our vibrations higher, we connect with higher spirits, better spirits. We can listen to the beautiful inspirations our guardian angels are always giving to us. We become more understanding of the problems of the others. If we meet somebody that's angry and is mad, and if you are in a bank line, for example, and it's taking forever, and the person in your back is really angry, it's like, I can't believe it, this is crazy. You know, if you are feeling good that day, you probably will look at him and say, do you want to go ahead of me? Because you were in a hurry. It's fine, no problem. But if you are in a not very good vibration, you're going to go look at him and like, yes, isn't that terrible? It's like this every day. Our lives are miserable. And you don't want to be like that. You don't want to feed something negative. We have always tried to feed something positive because it's good to be good. So that's what we want. We want to try to be better every day. I have to say, it's not easy. We are imperfect spirits. We are here, incarnated on Earth. Earth is not a regeneration planet yet. It will be. So we have to pay attention, because it will be, and it depends on us to stay on Earth. Yes. Depend on us to remain on Earth. And we have to be better day by day. So when we discarnate, we will have the possibility of coming back to Earth, a better planet, because Earth is changing. It will be a much, much better planet soon. And, we see so many beautiful things happening. Yes, a lot of people say, oh, we see horrible things happening a lot. Yes, technology is really spread, and you see everything. Any little thing that happens in the other side of the planet, you can see at that moment. But you have to see how many beautiful acts of charity are happening everywhere. Everywhere, beautiful things are happening. And just a little quick thing, we are helping a lady in Brazil to buy a electrical wheelchair. So we're doing a campaign trying to raise funds to help her, helping another person that's already helping her for quite some time. So we sent money, but I was still missing like $900. And today I got a message that she got the wheelchair. We were so happy, so surprised. And it was so quick. And this was a blessing, because many people got together to help her. And this is wonderful. So good is happening all over the world. Open your eyes and you will see the beauty. There are so many beautiful charitable programs you can join everywhere, everywhere. So many. Just Google and you will find some charitable cause that you can join. So it's good to be good, and understanding is very important, and it has to come from us. We are the ones who have to have a more open-minded, to think when you see something horrible, think about that person is not doing good today. That person must have a problem. That person is having a bad day. It's not like this normal. Because this helps you to feel better towards the person. Helps you to open up your mind and be more understanding to whatever situation it's going on. So guys, if you have any comments or any questions, please put here on Facebook Live. I just said this is new to me. I'm not very used to talk alone. So it's very good to see. Oh, let me see other friends. So Carla, my dear friend Carla, hello, you're still here. 9:20, you're not sleeping yet. Teresa, my dear, she is with us for such a long time. John Raphael, hello, John. Be part of random act of kindness and see how your day changes. Yes, you said everything. Exactly. When we do something kind to somebody else, we receive so much love. I always say that when we do something, some charitable work, we always think, oh, I am helping that person. I am doing good to that person. But in reality, we are receiving so much goodness, so much goodness. Because one little thing good that we do to somebody else, we will receive so much back. Maybe not from that person. No, maybe not from that person. Maybe that person cannot give us back anything. Maybe that person cannot give us back even a thank you, because that person don't have this level of understanding yet. But that person is surrounded by spirits who love them also. So they see that you are doing good, and they also will send you good vibrations because they will want to help you somehow. So let's spread this love. Oh, Vanessa, join us. Hello, Vanessa. I'm trying to be like you. I cannot joke too much. I have to be more serious. Oh, and I don't know how to sing. I'm so sorry. That's tough. But okay, so if you're in the book, if you're reading the book, we just finished page 43. We are turning to page 44 right now. So let's go. On the other hand, whenever we are generous and understanding, being of service and useful to those around us, we create happiness, tranquility, security, and cheerfulness that work in our favor. That's what we were talking about. When we are good, we receive goodness, we receive love back. Life answers us through every creature and everything according to the nature of our call. Until all beings reach cosmic consciousness, they are differentiated by the light that raises them to the pinnacle of evolution, or by the shadows of darkness from the suffering caused by their past. This symbolism works even with humanity on earth. The sun, in its full splendor, is high above us, while the dark abysses are found below. All of us receive inspiration for the future from our Celestial Father, and all of us suffer the repercussion of the past upon our lives. To undo the handcuffs of evil we have forged against our souls, we must seek goodness, feel it, visualize it, and mold it with all the resources we can muster. We can begin by distinguishing the criminal from the crime, just as the farmer sees the differences between the worm and the soil, so that we can lessen the strength of the former and enhance the usefulness of the latter. And just as the farmer works to eliminate the blight to save his crop, so must our understanding find the means to help our neighbor who falls into crime. To make ourselves humble in order to help without diminishing our own heights. It is to ensure the improvement of all and thereby enhance our own progress. However, only tireless dedication to understanding can guarantee us the necessary balance in the task of our self-improvement. We must make it our most cherished dream, for only love, pure and true, can create in our minds the energy of divine light as it irradiates from us into waves of constant renewal. Beautiful, beautiful book, beautiful message. As I said, if you want to see the book, we can see the page of the book in Miami InnerLight. If you go to the albums of pictures, you can see the book on page. You can see the page 44. But if you want to buy the book, you can actually go to the website of SGNY and you can purchase the book online. So what can we say here besides what we already said? What do you guys have any questions? Let me learn how to use it. Oh, very good. It can move. I'm learning. Better and funny. Oh my God. That's awesome. So let's see. Love is responsible. You are the first one to benefit each time you send our vibration of love. Exactly. This is true. When you do something good, you are the ones receiving the love. You are giving something. Sometimes we're giving something physical, and you're receiving so much of a loving energy. We recently did a beautiful project called Loving Bags for Homeless, and it was so beautiful. We were able to get a very, very big group of volunteers here in Miami. We put all the items together, and one night when we went out and we reached to all these people, and we were able to give them this simple bag. It's not going to change their life. The bag is not the main thing, but the act of telling them, you are not invisible. I can see you, and God loves you. And be faithful, things will change. And lots of people were able to interact with them, and we received so many thank yous. But even to the ones that couldn't say anything, we felt the thankful. We felt the love we received. And you all can do it. You all can do it, and much, much more. Exactly like Jesus said, we can do. We just need to believe. First, we need to believe in ourselves. We need to believe in ourselves. Yes, we are imperfect. I'm not saying we are perfect. We are imperfect. But when we pray, as I mentioned before, we elevate our thoughts, and we have these beautiful ideas of how to help somebody else, somebody that's struggling. How can I deal with my coworker who is a very difficult person, is always angry? Whatever is the situation, we have to be very careful. We have to understand that everybody has good days and bad days. When we are more understanding, we have our heart more open to the problems of the others. And then life becomes so much easier to all of us. People around us, the environment gets surrounded by this loving energy that we are emanating. That's why it would be wonderful if we could keep these good vibrations all the time, but we can't yet. But let's take advantage that when we can is awesome. So when we can, let's cultivate it. Let's spread love. Like even on Facebook, for example. It's so beautiful when we share something good, when we share something positive happening anywhere, when we show people that wonderful things are happening, when we put messages that are positive. Sometimes people are depressed and they are down, and nowadays in our society it's so strange. People have a tendency to isolate themselves in their houses. So yes, Facebook is a way that people go to connect with the world. And then if you put something positive and that person sees it, maybe that will be the boost of energy that that person needed for that moment. So it's always good to start doing something positive like this. So let me see who else is here, who is new. Oh, Rafael. Vanessa Celone watching, work or leisure. Ah, she's always working, but work, spiritist work for Vanessa is love. So I'm sure she's having fun. So learning, time, and support too. Very good. Yes, for sure. So Raphael said the ones who turn the light are the first ones to be enlightened. Yes, exactly, Raphael, exactly. So let's be the good example. If we can be the good example, awesome. It's wonderful. This is great. This is great. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, my friend Elder joined. Very good. Hello, Elder. Miss you. So what else can we talk about understanding? Where are my friends who love to ask questions? They are all shy now. No camera and you are shy? How is that possible? So let's see something that's important that we read here. As I mentioned before, you know, this message of understanding goes to both sides. Look at here in this point that Emmanuel says, when we are angry, irritated, aggressive, or rude towards others, we instigate through reflexive action, discouragement, and intemperance, and cruelty, and coldness towards ourselves. Yes, because we are angry with somebody else or with something else that's going on. And, you know, as I mentioned before, when you are angry, this negative energy surrounds you and connects you with the lower vibration spirits who are vibrating in this lower energy, and they start instigating negative messages that can bring you even more down. So we can't be like this. We have to fight it. How do we fight it? How do we fight feelings when we are angry or when we are upset or where something is not good? How would you fight it? Fight in a positive way, if I can say that. You pray. Yes, prayer is the best thing. Prayer is the solution for everything. But we don't see it, and sometimes we don't believe it, or we don't understand it. But yes, prayer is the best way when we are able to take ourselves from whatever negative situation. You just close your eyes for a few seconds and you pray. Can be anything, can be God, please help me, guide me in this difficult moment. At that split second, you connect with something good, with an enlightened being that will guide you. And he might say, calm down, go to the right, go to the left, or inspire you to say something positive, and you will find a solution. And we have to understand also that we have free will. So we can't put the problems that we go through we can say, oh, no, the obsessors, they were close to me and they made me do it. It's not like that. It's not like that. Yesterday we were studying the Spirit's book. I believe was question 469. We were studying about the influence of the spirits on us, if we are alone or if we are surrounded by spirits. And in the Spirit's book, we understand, we learn, we are always surrounded by spirits. And they are constantly guiding us through their ideas. But it's up to us to take action. So we always have the power of free will. We can have good inspirations and bad inspirations, but it's our free will that will decide which way we are going to go. So it's always good to be good. We have to be well inspired. We have to have a broader understanding that we are not perfect. And because we are not perfect, a lot of people are not perfect as well. So if we commit mistakes, other people also commit mistakes. What happens is that sometimes the mistakes are different. We would never do certain things, and other people would never do other things. But we are all imperfect spirits trying to progress. That's why every day, we have to exercise our better self. Every day we have to exercise our better self, because inside of us is this beautiful being, this being of light and love. What happens is that sometimes we kind of hide it. What is it hiding inside of us? We don't want this. We want this light to shine. And actually, if you have the book, the previous chapters, we actually studied about that. Let me read the chapters we already studied. So we studied chapter 1, the mirror of life, 2, our will, 3, cooperation, 4, instruction, 5, education, 6, faith, so important, 7, work, 8, association, and 9, suggestion. So this book is very deep, it's very beautiful, condensed, and is really a manual to live better on earth. So I encourage all of you to buy the book and really read little by little, sentence by sentence, and try to understand the full meaning of the sentences. And the most important, you have to put in practice, because, you know, sometimes we have these beautiful things in our hands with so many beautiful teachings, so many powerful messages, and we read and we think, oh, this would be good for that person. But no, this is good for us. Yes, it's going to be good for that person too, but it's good for us first. So it's almost like when you are in the airplane and the message comes, you know, and they teach everybody. So if something happens, put the mask on you first. You need to have the mask first, and then you help the child. The same thing with beautiful messages from Spiritism. We have to understand, we have to apply, and when we are applying, then we can help the others. And as I always say, we don't help others imposing our ideas, imposing our thoughts, because that's not good. The real good message is when we demonstrate to the others what we already learned. Demonstrate most of the time with our actions. Don't even need to be doing something charitable, because charity actually is everywhere, in everything. Sometimes even our messages, things that we say to others, are already an act of charity, an act of kindness. Somebody comes to you with a huge problem, complaining, very angry about somebody else, and what do you think I should do with that person? The first thing you should say is like, you are nervous, let's relax, let's calm down, let's think about it, let's go to drink some water, Let's relax. Take 5 minutes to meditate. You will help the person to digest that pain. Pray together. Pray for the person. All these beautiful acts of kindness are charity towards you through the person. And then the person will realize, will understand that she was nervous in that moment. So with this beautiful understanding, we are closing the chapter 10. Let me read the comments here before we go to the gospel. So, Raphael, great work, Angela. Keep up with the good work. Yes, you too, Raphael. You too. Come more and please post your comments, your questions. I love to be able to interact in a group, asking questions so we can be able to be very active in it. My friend John, it is a gift you recognize you're upset, so you can think why and ask for guidance. If you do not know why, yes, then go and give some unconditional love. Even it's just a smile or a how are you? Exactly. That's what we were talking about last night. If you, when we see some kind of problem, you will always have some inspiration. So always say something good. If you are going to say something to somebody that's in trouble, say something good, say something positive. You will help the person. You will break that chain of negative energy. And it's wonderful to be able to help to somebody else when somebody is stressed, nervous, and the person turns to you and say, thank you. I was nervous, or I'm sorry I acted like that. It's good to be able to help somebody to recognize something was not doing good, and that you could change that. So, Seisa, I have to find the person and make sure I say, please forgive me. But if I cannot find the person, the energy I need, I let go. I will keep on trying every day. I will not deal with guilty. Yes, guilty is very bad. Guilt is like a disease that's inside of us and hurts us. So if something happened bad in the past between you and somebody else, try to pray for that person. Try to do powerful visualizations. Visualize that person. Imagine that person in a garden and you are going towards him or her and you are getting close and you are saying, I'm sorry. And pray for the person. The person will receive your energy, your loving vibration, even through dreams. Because we understand that when we go to sleep and we dream, our physical body is sleeping, but our spiritual body is awake. And during these spiritual encounters, you might be able to meet this person that you made something wrong in the past, and she will understand. So if God wills, one day you might meet again, and all that problem from the past will go away, and another beginning can start. It's always important for us to understand that we cannot change the past. As Chico Xavier always said, I cannot change the past, but I can construct a new future. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty. We already committed so many mistakes in the past, but we are in constant evolution. We are constant evolution. We are bettering ourselves day by day, with all the new people we are meeting, with all the knowledge we are acquiring. And I have to say, Spiritism helps us so much. So if you can, try to do a little bit of reading every day, every night. There are so many books, so many beautiful books that you can buy online, and we can even give you beautiful names, romances. But I have to say that this book that we will start now, The Gospel According to Spiritism, it's really a blessing. This book, it's really deep, profound, And this book have answers to all kinds of problems that we think, oh, it's impossible. And no, nothing is impossible. We always think it's impossible, but for God, nothing is impossible. So saying that, let's start the gospel. Just reminding you that the next class, whoop, I'm getting used to the camera. Next class, we will read chapter 11 of the book Thought and Life. And right now we are going to start the gospel. We are in the second part of our study. We had started the gospel according to Spiritism quite some time ago. And we are still in the introduction, yes, because the introduction is very important. We have to understand deeply the introduction of the book so we can understand the mind of Kardec, how he was able to codify such a huge work, such a powerful work that would be for generations and generations after his physical life. So we are, if you have the gospel according to Spiritism, please open it in the introduction number 2. And we are right now on page 29. So the number 2, I'm sorry for my voice, I'm still a little, my voice is not the best. But we are in the number 2. We are studying the authority of the Spiritist doctrine, universal test of Spiritist teachings. So in these pages, we have been studying why Spiritism is so powerful. Why? And then through all those pages that we already read, is because the Spiritism was not brought by one person. A lot of people that don't know Spiritism, they misunderstand and they think Kardec brought Spiritism to us. And it's not true. Kardec is this amazing soul, this amazing man. He was the codifier of Spiritism. But who brought the Spiritism for us were thousands of spirits. The spirits brought the message to us through mediums. Mediums are those people who have a special characteristic that they can see or they can hear or they can psychographic messages from the spirits. So through a lot of studies and a lot of testing, Kardec was able to identify the best mediums, the mediums that could really give good messages, messages that were very strong and very loving and very powerful. And it's funny, but most of the mediums, two of the mediums that Kardec used a lot in the beginning were two sisters, two young sisters. They were teenagers. So it's not like, oh, they were adults. No, they were almost children who brought these beautiful messages. Of course, that going on, the Kardec had the messages from many different parts of the world. So there were many different spirits, many different mediums, and Kardec was comparing the messages to be able to do the codification. So that's why it's such a huge work, because sometimes he sent the same question to many different mediums, then he received the answers from the spirits, and he had to take the time to analyze every single message, to compare, and then to divide, to see what is good and what is not good, what should be the right thing. So his work was amazing. That's why we have all these books. And tonight we are starting to read in page 29 on the top. If you don't have the Gospel According to Spiritism, please go to Facebook of Miami InnerLight Spiritist Studies. You can go to the pictures and you will see the picture of the Gospel, page 29 and page 30. So I will read now. It is not around the opinion of any one individual that others will rally, but round the anonymous voice of the spirits. It is no one individual, and no more us than anyone else. who will found Spiritist orthodoxy. Neither it is one spirit coming to impose itself upon whomever it wishes. It is the universality of the spirits communicating through the earth at God's orders. This is the essential character of the Spiritist doctrine. It is power and authority. God has willed for the divine law to be seated upon an unshakable base, and that is why God did not rest it upon the fragile head of only one person. So this is the part that Kardec is explaining, that the Spiritism is strong and powerful because it was not one person, one enlightened being who incarnated that brought these messages to us. Because, you know, if it was one person, a lot of people could question it, but it's not true. That person is wrong, that person is right. But it's the universality, is the unanimous voices of thousands of spirits. That's why the message is so powerful. And we know that these spirits, they came from many different parts of the world. Kardec could speak many languages, and he was receiving messages in different languages. So he was translating the languages so he could understand, and he could compare the messages. So you think about a scientific word that he really had to analyze, understand every answer, and remove what is good and what is not good, and separate, and be able to put together for our future understanding. So it's a very strong, difficult work. That's why we think Kardec is so important. Without him and his capability, would be very difficult to somebody else to do this work. But as we know, the spirits, they always have a plan B. And if Kardec was going to fail in his mission to be able to be the codifier of Spiritism, another spirit reincarnated. Few years after Kardec reincarnated, we had Leon Denis, another amazing spirit, also a writer of many Spiritist books, researcher. So if Kardec couldn't do, for any reason, his job as a codifier of the Spiritism, Leon Denis would have this important task. And as a curiosity, the name of Allan Kardec is actually his nickname. His name is Leon Denisard Rivail. And if you read the name Hippolyte Leon Denisard Rivail, Leon Denis is inside Kardec's name. So even that is so funny. So even inside the name of Kardec was the name of Leon Denis. So this is a curiosity that's very, very interesting. So let's continue the second paragraph. It is before the powerful Areopagus. Areopagus was the supreme tribunal of ancient Athens that met upon this hill, the same location where they were, which knows no conspiracies, jealous rivalries, sects or nations, that all opposition, all ambition, and all claims of individual supremacy will be crushed. We ourselves would be shattered if we wished to replace those sovereign decrees with our own ideas. Only God will decide all contentious matters, silence dissidents, and give reason, or not, to whomever it may concern. Faced with this imposing accord of all the voices of heaven, what is the opinion of one individual or spirit? Less than a drop of water that loses itself in the ocean, less than a child's voice drowned by a storm. Universal opinion, the supreme judge, is what pronounces the last word. It is formed by all individual opinions. If the one of them is true, it only has relative weight on the scales. If it is erroneous, it cannot prevail over all the others. In this generalized process, individualities are new, and that ends up being a new defeat for human pride. The harmonious course has already been outlined, hence. This century will not pass away before it shines it in all its splendor in such a way as to settle all uncertainty, because from now onward, powerful voices will have received the mission of making themselves heard in order to unite all humankind under the same banner, once the field has been sufficiently plowed. In the meantime, those who waver between two opposing theories can observe in which direction general opinion is forming. This is the sure indication of the position in which the majority of spirits state themselves to be on the various points upon which they communicate. It is a no less certain sign as to which of the two theories will prevail. So this is beautiful. This is the universality of the message from the spirits. This message comes from all over the world, from all the spirits, from all the mediums. And as we know, mediums are everywhere, in every country, in every social position, in every race. There are mediums everywhere, and the mediums communicate with spirits. But of course, in Spiritism, it's very serious. We don't use mediumship for jokes. We don't use mediumship to know little things like it used to be in the past, like oh, and I'm gonna get married. Oh, what are the numbers of the lottery? No. Spiritism, it's very serious, and mediumship is a blessing that our mediums have to study how to deal with it. Study how to deal with mediumship to be able to be better connected. As we mentioned before, to be in good vibration so we can connect with our guardian angel and with the enlightened spirits. So mediumship with Jesus is very powerful and is something that will help our humanity to progress. And one day it will be spread all over. One day everybody will understand. It's not going to be just believe, oh yeah, I believe mediumship exists, the mediums exist. No, everybody will understand it is possible and it happens, and it will be able to happen in a positive way, in a good, well-guided way, as we do, understanding that mediumship is a blessing, but we also have to be careful with it. The mediums, they have this important task of taking care of themselves. If you are a medium, you have to constantly watch, pray, to better yourself on a daily basis, to really try to fight the vices. We all have different vices. I'm not just talking about smoking or drinking or drugs. I'm talking about vices that people have, like gossiping. Yes, gossiping can be a vice that some people like to gossip. But the day we learn how to understand ourselves, to have a deep understanding of ourselves, what are our qualities? What are our negative sides? Because the day we have the understanding of what we have wrong in ourselves, we are able to identify and we are able to work on it. Because if we continue thinking we are perfect, all the other people have problems, we are not going to progress. So we have to understand our problems, and then we can understand the problems of the others. And if you are medium, it's even more important. You have to be a medium of Jesus, working to the betterment of ourselves, our friends, our family, our co-workers, all the people we meet on the streets. And we know that we are all mediums, many different levels. Of course, the mediums Allan Kardec used to be able to codify the gospel according to Spiritism, are mediums that are much more developed, mediums that really, really have this strong connection with the spirits. They can really see or hear, or they can psychographic messages. But we are all mediums in the sense that we can feel vibrations, that we can hear ideas that many times we think are our own ideas. And as I mentioned, the Spirit's book, no, we are always surrounded by a wave of spirits, like the medium Chico Xavier used to say. So what is this wave of spirits that surround us? Many times we are responsible for this wave of spirits, yes, because we are energy. So if we are vibrating positive energy, we are going to be surrounded by positive spirits. If we are vibrating negative energy, we will be surrounded by not that good of spirits. So let's vibrate good. Let's be good. Let's be better. Let's be better on a day by day. And this will help us to construct a better planet. So, any questions? Oh my God, I miss you guys talking all the time. So, we finished the introduction number 2 of the gospel. I'm very excited. This is really good. So our next class about the gospel, we will start number 3, the historical facts. And the historical facts are super exciting. We will be talking about the Samaritans, the Nazarites, the publicans, the tax collector, the Pharisees. We will be able to understand a little bit better of the society in the time of Jesus. All that names that we don't really know what they were. Kardec worked so deep to give us a little summary of what was each point. So we will be able to understand what were this class or that class. It will give us this enlightenment. This will help us to understand the book. And right after that, we will talk about a part that I absolutely love. Number 4 is my favorite part. Number 4 talks about Socrates and Plato. Yes, the precursors of the Christian idea and Spiritism. This is my favorite part in the book. I love history. This is a beautiful work. So my friends, I'm so excited. It's 9:59. Awesome. And punctual too. Very, very good. Flavia, let me see who is here. Flavia Alves. Hey, my friends from Staten Island. Very nice to see you. Awesome. Sunshine Beck. Sunshine, I see you everywhere. You are a big, big fan of Kardec Radio. That's awesome. Glad to have you here also. That's very good. My friend Carla. Wow, Facebook is so cool. Now, besides hearts, faces, hands, you can see flowers. That's awesome. I never saw that. Guys, so as we always do when we finalize our simple class, we just ask you to be mindful of your water, because we believe the water is a blessing, and the enlightened spirits can put their loving energy in our waters, and it will be our medication. It can be the medication for the night, or you can refill your bottle and be your medication for the whole week. And then you pray again, and you will have more loving medication. So at this moment, I just would like to ask you to calm down, relax, and we are going to do a quick final prayer so we can sleep well with the company of the good spirits. Almighty God, beloved Master Jesus, thank you so much for the blessings received tonight. Thank you so much for the beautiful inspiration, for the beautiful books that we studied. Please, Master, help us to put in practice the messages we learned. Help us to be better people day by day, giving inspiration, helping us to connect with our guardian angels, so we can push away the negative ideas and we can fully embrace the good ideas and the loving vibrations. Please stay with us through this week and help us to come back again to Kardec Radio, to continue another study, another day, to continue empower ourselves to be better day by day. Thank you so much. So be it. Very good. Guys, thank you so much. It was a blessing. Again, thank you so much, Kardec Radio, for the opportunity to place our simple study here, to spread the word to more people that do not speak Portuguese, that can enjoy these classes in English, and we can all learn with our friends these beautiful books. And every 15 days we will be here, so please join us again. And right now, have a blessed night. Thank you so much, and see you guys soon. Bye-bye, my friends. Have a great night. See you soon.